Hello and welcome back. So clearly Halloween is over, which means obviously it's Christmas now. Let me just say, Eli and I went out on Halloween because it was our anniversary, so of course we did. And they were playing Christmas music everywhere. What is this? What has the world come to? But also, I'm in America. There is a whole, standardized holiday that comes a whole month before Christmas that I guess we've just decided doesn't exist because we can't capitalize on it as well. Thanksgiving has just sort of become the lamest of holidays. It's great because food. I am a food person, so I like it for that, but that's also pretty much it. But I do want to, acknowledge its existence. And so today we're going to be making a turkey. Not like a real turkey, because I'm not cooking anything today, but a book turkey. This is gonna turn into a turkey. So I made a book turkey 7 years ago when I worked as a children's librarian. I was put in charge of building a display, and I'm well, we need to put a turkey on it, but we didn't have any stuffed turkeys. So I made a thing, and so today we're gonna basically be remaking it. It's a pretty simple DIY project that really will not take very long, a couple hours at most. You really don't need a lot as far as materials are concerned. You need a book, tape can be helpful, and then hot glue. So this is a book that I bought back when I did the book nook. It was just sort of an extra that I realized that my book nook was going to be too thick if I added onto it. So basically what I'm going to be doing is trimming off probably a couple inches off the edge. This will be the back side of my turkey. Hashtag justice for Halloween. That's what we're doing today. Okay, let's move over, I guess, to the floor and start working on this. Okay. Hello and welcome back to my floor. Let's just ignore the fact that I did my makeup and I'm still wearing pajama pants, and we're gonna get started on the book. There's no good angle for this, so this is where we're at. What I'm going to do is I'm first going to kind of come into the middle, and I'm just going to take out a few pages. I want pages that are more or less full of text. I don't want any of the chapter breaks. I'm just going to kind of try not to completely tear these, but I don't really want to cut it if I don't have to either. Starting this project feels sort of sacrilegious. I am a person who makes books, and yet I am also somehow a person who absolutely destroys books. Okay, so I have my pages. I took quite a few more than I needed, largely because I kept on running into issues of some of them tearing, and that's not going to be super helpful for me for what I need these for. They're definitely not unusable, and I work with book art stuff all of the time, so I'll probably just hold on to those pages for future projects. But I have a nice little stack of probably 20 to 30 pages. Still more than I need, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. These are just going to kind of sit off to the side while I do my next few steps. In the meantime, I was careful to make sure that even if I pulled multiple pages from a spot, it wouldn't be too horribly noticeable. What we are going to do next is start trimming. And this is the, I'll say, suckiest part of this process. So I just use a box cutter knife, and I go probably 2 to 3 inches from one edge of the paper. Just for the sake of this feeling right, I like to do the bottom. That's just me, but it doesn't matter. What's important when I do this is that the cover stays fully intact. I'm just cutting the pages themselves. So we're gonna measure this out and cut and hope it doesn't take all day. Let's go. So, complete with interruptions from the Mr. Cinnamon here, that whole process took about 10 minutes. So really not too bad. Definitely a lot better than when I tried to do the book nook in a book. That took forever. It's nice only doing one side instead of 3. Okay, hi. One thing that was a lot easier doing it this time than when I did it the first time 7 years ago. Using a box cutter is a lot better than using an X-Acto knife, because that blade was so dull and so old, it was not even funny. This next part is going to be the most slow and tedious part, and it is folding individual pages. Literally all I'm going to be doing is taking each page, folding it towards the center, kind of triangular shape, and each fold should face towards the opposite page. So that right there is one pair, and then I flip an extra page over, fold in like that, and then on the opposite side I do the same thing, and I fold in, flip an extra page over, fold. Trying to do this without looking is very challenging, but you get the idea. It's really more tedious than anything. They don't all have to be exactly the same, and in fact it can be a little bit more interesting to look at if they're not exactly the same, in my opinion. Some people are a lot more particular than I am about things, and they want it to be nice and flat and smooth. But you can already kind of get an idea of what we're accomplishing with this. It's going to be very rounded and very full, because we're going to do this to every page that's here. And that will also help to keep the book sort of forced open. So that is my plan for the next however long it takes. So I'm going to move to a table because my back is killing me on this floor, and also Cinnamon will try really hard to help me, and he's not the best helper. I know that just breaks your heart for me to tell you that, but you really kind of suck at helping me. Yeah. I love you though. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just do a quick time lapse, and then I'll come back and show you the next couple of details. So, do the time lapse. High five, yeah. So that only took about 20 minutes, which is not as long as I remember it taking before. Granted, it was 7 years ago, so I was probably moving a lot slower than I am now, but also that goes to show how much memory colors how long things take. This is where we're at right now. It does not obviously close all the way because we've just doubled the thickness of the pages. And the next two parts are pretty simple. The biggest one, the most, I'll say, repetitive step is taking the individual sheets of paper, kind of rolling them sort of like a funnel. Oop. And then you can either glue or tape it. You just need to make a bunch of these. And then we'll take the hot glue and just attach them to the back here, whatever way works. The exact number of funnels doesn't really matter. It's really just about making it look full in the back, and I'll usually do about 2 layers in the back. So that's the first part. For the second part, I will take exactly one of these pages that I've sort of scuffed up. I'm going to draw the outline of a turkey head, color it in, and that will go on the front. If you do not trust your artistic skills to do this, you can go online and find a picture of a sort of side profile of a turkey head and just put this over that and trace it out. You do not need art skills to do this. I will probably be tracing mine. And then we'll just cut that out and glue that into the front. I'm gonna go just do the thing off camera and I'll be back after the final reveal. Okay? Cool. Okay, let's talk about this guy. What worked? Everything. What didn't? Nothing. Truly, this came out almost better than I expected. I ended up using all of my funnels, which was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 total, which was all of the ones that I made, honestly. Good on me for getting the perfect number. So I ended up taking 20 pages out of the main thing altogether, if you include the head. Again, the number back here is going to depend on the thickness of your book. My book wasn't super thick, so I was able to kind of fill it out with just these. One other thing, I think if you wanted to pop some color in, you could definitely do that. Watercolor or like a watered down acrylic would soak really well into book paper and give it a nice little wash of color. And then some people will also color the head of their turkey. What I would do differently in the future, I do think if I were to ever make this again and want it to be a little bit longer lasting, I would sculpt the turkey head, make it more 3D. Because right now, if you look at it from the front, it has no head. You have to look at it from an angle. The other thing, and I might still do this on this one, is the back is quite unseemly. So I might do something to sort of zhoosh back here up. It's not the main event. It's not what you're supposed to be looking at. This is the main event, but it's kind of sad. All in all, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It took not even 2 hours total. I'm excited with how it turned out. I think this looks even better than the one that I did 7 years ago, which is nice. If you want to do this, I say go for it. So I am gonna go and apparently pet my book turkey. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope you have a lovely day. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of my turkey and what you think I should make or talk about in a future video. Also, while you're down there, like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can see new videos from me every Wednesday for whatever Wednesday, whatever I do on whatever week. Anyways, if you're American, please don't skip Thanksgiving. I am a little tired of Christmas on Halloween. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.